All right, welcome back, everybody. Coming at you on a matinee. It's a day game today. We got no lights in the stadium, like Wrigley. But that face just said it all.
Well, I mean, this thing that comes out Thursday morning, and people listen at their convenience.
Yeah.
They truthfully.
I always thought about that too. Like I always sign off and say good night.
Yeah, I'm good with that because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, like matinee. It's like what?
Yeah, it's the first half of a day-night doubleheader. That's what they're going to start instituting in the NFL.
Yeah,
That's how we're going to make up NFL games.
They should.
Day-night
doubleheaders.
Yeah, you're going to have multiple quarterbacks on the roster. You know, maybe put in a starter out there, have a guy go for 2 quarters and then pull him, and then put in your closer in there. You know, I don't know. Let's get wild with it.
Yeah, well, yet the NFL is completely inflexible with their schedule, so.
Yeah, we're refusing to add more time into the schedule. So, I mean, why not? Yeah. I think, was it you that said this? Or someone on the radio? I feel like you said this, so correct me if I'm wrong. The way the NFL is going with all these rescheduling, like they're kind of almost trying to like not play games. So like certain games. So like they rescheduled one game like TBD. Like, you know how like they moved the Pats game and it affected 8 other games, but they like moved one game and they said it's like TBD. So it's almost like, well, we don't really want to play this game unless it has playoff implications.
So, because that game, I think it's like Denver, Miami.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yep.
And my thought is, so I still think that the NFL, they just like, again, I don't fucking get it. I don't get why the fuck their schedule is so fucking sacred that they can't change it in building in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But they're so set on like not adding any time. So it's like, all right, we're going to use up bye weeks.
Yeah.
Which the Titans already used up theirs. That's why they play on Tuesday.
And it's going to get real interesting because it's all easier-ish to do now. I'm sure it's still fucking mental gymnastics to figure out the schedule bullshit. But I mean, look, we moved one Patriots game and 7 other games got affected. But once the teams already start to have the bye, like what happens if there's a COVID outbreak on a team or God forbid 2 teams in like week 10?
Or what about any team? So I think teams are on their bye this week.
Yes, there's a lot of teams on the bye this week.
So there's teams on their bye, and there's teams that have already had their bye used up.
Right.
So you're out of time,
right.
And the NFL is so adamant about just sticking to their schedule.
Right.
And the worst excuse is, come playoff time, they don't want whoever gets the first round bye to not play for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, fucking give them a scrimmage. I don't know. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
But then they won't play it because it's like, oh, can't have anyone getting hurt. It's like,
right.
So we'll just not play for 3 weeks, so then someone can get hurt. Whatever. But then I looked at it, and it's like some of these TBD games, it's gonna be like baseball, where at the end of the year, it's like, oh, we didn't make up that Marlins Phillies game. Well, none of them are in the playoffs, so fuck it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
There's a little asterisk on their fucking record. Only played 161 games.
Yeah, and it's so with Miami and Denver, it's like, oh, it's like TBD.
Yeah.
Well, you have there's fucking 2 options here.
Right.
Either don't play it or play it in quote unquote week 18.
Right.
So I just don't get what the fuck is TBD. We all know to be determined.
Yeah.
The to be determined is you either add a week so that they can play or you fucking cancel the game. Right. That's all. That's it. Like there's no other option.
Right.
So stop sitting there and fucking pretending like you're not gonna have a week 18. You're fucking going to.
Yeah.
Especially.
I mean, the way it's trending, they're going to have.
What are they gonna have? No cases the rest of the year? None.
Yeah. Well, they'll probably have no cases after November. They just have to make it through November.
November 4th.
Yep.
I'll be so interested to see how the world changes November 4th.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure we'll have to have 2 weeks, 10 to 14 days of rioting. no matter which side wins.
Yeah.
So what does that bring us? So either way, I'll be distracted by the Masters. So by the time the Masters is over, we should be able to move towards something.
Yeah. Yeah. When is November 11th the Masters?
12th to the 15th.
Yeah. That's gonna be a great weekend. There's literally nothing else going on that weekend.
We're doing a pool. We're doing a Sarcasm Speaks pool.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know what it's gonna be yet, but we're doing one.
I can't wait. That's talk about a week where no work gets done. It's Masters week.
So this is So for any of you that haven't done Masters week before, and you need the preview, you do whatever is in your fucking control for the probably no, none of you were that busy for the 5 days leading up to it. Don't fucking come in. No, because you aren't. No,
You're
no
not,
one's that busy.
especially right now.
No one's that busy now.
Like I'm quote unquote back to work, but I'm barely working.
Now, someone like Nick kind of gets screwed because he is a front-facing worker.
Right.
So his job is to be in person.
Right.
As is mine a little bit, but
You have TVs at work.
yeah. But so on a Thursday,
Not TV.
so what I do on a Thursday, the Thursday of the Masters, what I do is I usually go in and I train somebody because Masters coverage starts at 8 a.m. online. Now, whether that's the same this year or not, couldn't tell you. So at 8 a.m., I shut it down. And I'm there, so if something does pop up, I can do it, but
right.
I'm there and I'm not working.
Right.
Don't bother me. It's getaway day, basically. So that Thursday, what I would also recommend is if you really, really want to phone it in the right way for the Masters, you need to go out and get some kind of snack or snacks that really, really showcase that you are not fucking working. Some examples of that include pistachios.
Funyuns?
No. Funyuns too easy. So pistachios are they're a lot of work, and there's shells and there's
it's great. It's great playoff hockey though. We went through a whole bag of pistachios during fucking Bruins playoffs.
That's nervous energy shit.
Yeah.
No, but if you get pistachios, it's very clear that you're not doing shit. If you have the time to sit there and eat pistachios,
all of your energy is going towards eating those pistachios.
No, it's if you have an entire bag of pistachios. First of all, you can eat an entire bag because they're nothing.
Right.
And then if you can sit there and crack open all the shells and fucking whatever, you really have decided you phoned it in. Second alternative would be wings because they make a fucking mess.
Yeah.
You got the bones. If you're gonna sit there and eat wings, at work during the Masters, you have really shown that you have just phoned it in. It is do not ask me for anything today.
Hey, can you grab that off the printer?
Nope.
Just hold up your hands covered in sauce.
Nope. That's you know what pisses me off now that you say that? When someone asks you to do a perfectly normal task at work because they're too fucking lazy to do it.
Yeah.
And then when you say no, you're the dick. So hey, can you grab that off the printer? Now, okay. So here, because this happens all the time.
Yeah.
Because Chris is the fucking laziest person ever.
Right.
So he'll be like, hey, can you grab me this? And I'll be like, what the, no, you fucking come get it.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, you're right there. I'm like,
yeah, but you're not doing it.
You're not doing anything. And it's if I'm in the, and that's,
if he's in the middle of a group or something like that, then maybe I could understand. But even then, you can leave the group for 15 seconds to walk across the gym. It doesn't take that long to walk all the way across the gym.
It's stuff.
You throw in a light jog if you're worried about time.
It's things that the thing that always gets me is it's things that they're completely inconsequential. Period. So it's a pet peeve thing.
Yeah.
But it's also something that for both parties it requires equal work. Now, if you sit next to the printer,
right,
and you don't have to get up and you just reach,
yeah,
okay, hey, you're right next to the printer. It's still annoying because stop asking me to get shit off the printer every 4 seconds. No, because it's one of those things. Just because I sit next to the printer doesn't mean I want to get your shit all fucking day.
Right. Right.
And I luckily I don't have to deal with that, but
yeah,
it's people always act like it's this mind-blowing concept where you're too lazy to do a task, so you ask somebody to do it for you, and then when they don't do it, they're the dick.
Yes. Yeah, I don't get that either.
It's like you're asking for a favor. If they don't do it, they don't do it. Like,
right.
Especially when if it's that much of a nothing thing. If it's like so.
If it's really nothing, I'm more apt to say no.
Well, I look at, and again, I'm a piece of shit. So take that for what it is. But it's like I look at something, and if someone asks me to disturb what I'm doing, which is never that important, but
unless it's Masters Week.
They ask me to stop what I'm doing to help them out with something so stupid of a project. It's like, no.
Yeah.
It's like, why? It's like, why? You just fucking do it. It's like, dude, you're right there. It's like, I'm fucking doing something.
Right.
And even if I'm not, it's like, you fucking do it. It's easy.
Yeah.
But that goes into like the whole, like, that's just like a small microcosm of like the self-accountability stuff and self-responsibility where you're too lazy to fucking do the easiest of tasks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's, like I said, like if someone asks me for like a legitimate favor, yeah, sure. All right, I'll do it. I'll help you out. But
let's ask me for something legitimate.
Right. If someone's like, hey, can you, I don't know, fucking tie my shoe? Like, no, I'm not gonna fucking tie your shoe. You're an adult. You know how to do it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like little stupid shit like that. Like you said, like it's more work for me to go out of my way for something that's just inconsequential. Well,
he's also famous for the like, all right, I'm gonna vacuum the weight room today. I'm like, okay, cool, you're gonna vacuum the weight room today. I'll be like, do you want me to help you? He goes, no, I'll do it later. I'll do it. This is good too. He goes, I'll do it later. He goes, I have time from 2 to 3, and I'm gonna do it from 2 to 3.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like, sure, because I'll help you right now if you want to do it. No, I don't want to do it right now. 2 o'clock comes.
Yep.
Not really doing anything. No one's really doing anything. 2:15 comes. Still nothing.
Yep.
You said you were gonna do it from 2 to 3. You didn't want to do it earlier when I offered the help. At 2:30. Oh, dude, can you grab the vacuum real quick? No. Dude, what the fuck? Why? You're not doing anything. I go, not the point. I wanted to do it at 11.
Right.
You didn't. You said you'd do it.
Yeah.
So now I'm the fucking dick because I don't want to do it at 2:30 when I was gonna do it 3.5 hours ago and it would have been done.
Right.
When I wanted to do it.
Yeah, that's the kind of shit that drives me nuts too. Like, if I have the opportunity to do something now, I'm gonna do it now and just get it done. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, yeah, I'll do it later, because I know I won't. That's part of the reason too. Is like, once you make that, it's got to be like some psychology, like subconscious thing. Like once you make that conscious decision to say, oh, I'll just do it later.
It's not that important. You're
not gonna do it later. And that's why I'm always like...
Or you do it 3 days later.
Right. So like the second something like that comes up, I'm like, fuck, I just go, get up and do it. Like, do it now. Because if I don't do it now, it's not gonna get done. There's, Jocko?
Yeah.
Jocko Willink. He has this thing that's, this like saying, it's discipline equals freedom. And I always have to keep reminding myself that shit. Because it's little shit like that where it's like, even something that's as stupid as like putting my laundry away. Like if I don't put my laundry away immediately, it's just going to sit on my bed. Because I purposely dump my clean laundry on my bed so I can put it away. So like before I go to sleep. But if I don't do it immediately, I just say, fuck it. I'll just push it to the side.
Just sleep around it.
Yeah, sleep around it. But it's like, it's really true. Like discipline equals freedom. So it's like, if you have the discipline to do something now, you're freeing up your time later. So because you were able to get your shit done sooner, well, now you have the rest of the time to fuck off and do whatever. So I always have to keep reminding myself of that. But it's true. It works.
It's just crazy. It is like really crazy. And it's getting even worse with the kids.
Yeah.
So obviously the shit that Chris does, it's like part of why I do it is to fuck with him.
Well, yeah.
Well, because
you
it's
can't
like
discount that fact too. I also love to fuck with people.
So that's the thing. He's being lazy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I am fucking with him a little bit.
Yeah. I will never pass up a good opportunity to fuck with somebody.
Yeah. But the kids now, they are bad, man.
Yeah.
They are bad. Like some kid was running conditioning.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, oh, hey, Bob, can you go move my phone out of the sun on the table? I don't want it to overheat. I go, no. No, I don't want it to get too hot. I go, dude, I'm not, no.
Yeah.
No. Not my phone.
Right.
I basically, the way I said it, he was a young kid, so I didn't want to, like, really fucking take a big fat dump in his fucking cornflakes. I go, hey, man, I'm just not touching anybody else's stuff right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I try not to touch other people's phones, too.
Right.
They're too fucking expensive, and I don't need something to happen by accident.
Right.
Like, I don't need I'm holding someone's phone, like, I mean, you know, pre-corona time.
Right.
I'm holding someone's phone, and one of the kids, like, fake tackles me,
yeah.
and all of a sudden this kid's phone is on the ground and smashed.
Right.
So I try not to touch people's phones and stuff anyway.
Yeah.
Just because I never know what the fuck is going to happen out there.
Yeah.
Now it's more predictable, but... Oh, can you move my phone out of the sun because it's going to overheat? No.
No, go do it yourself. Or don't put your fucking phone down in the sun then, if it's that big of a problem.
Or just wait till your next break.
Yeah.
It takes 4 seconds to move the phone. You have a 20-second break.
Yeah.
Go fucking do it yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next is going to be like, hey, can you come wipe my ass for me?
Can you lift these weights for me?
Oh, it's like, it's crazy. Oh, hey, can you go grab me a band off the wall? Go get your own fucking band.
Yeah.
It's not my fucking workout.
Right. Right.
Oh, can you set up this hex bar for me? No. Oh, but I'll be done faster if you do it. I don't give a fuck if you don't finish.
Yeah.
Well, I do give a fuck if you don't finish. I'm gonna scream at you if you don't.
Yeah. Yeah. You have plenty of time to get the fucking workout done.
I go. Actually, by you not finishing, it actually benefits me because then I get to sit there and verbally berate you while you didn't finish. Like, they're bad, dude. They are bad. With, like, especially none of them taking any responsibility for anything they do.
Well, no, they haven't had to. So, like, I don't know. You could go back.
Well,
and look at the whole, like, everybody gets a trophy thing.
Some of our kids do.
Yeah.
Like, so there are some kids where it's like, hey, you got to be at Evolution at 4:30.
They're there at 4:15.
Hey, I can't drive you, so hop on your bike.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's rare now.
Right. But you could go back, like, what was that, like 10, 15 years ago when it was like the whole everybody gets a trophy thing? But now they're older. So, like, those little kids that were like 5, 6, 7 years old, 15, 10 years ago, now they're in high school and college. So now we're starting to see, like, they've never had failure. Like, they've never been told that they had to do anything on their own. Like, their fucking parents have done everything for them. They fucking call the school when they get a C. You know, why my kid get a C? Well, I don't know, because he probably fucking deserved it. Like, whatever happened to, like, the grades you got in school and shit like that. 'Cause luckily, I never had to deal with this when I was teaching at Bridgewater. I mean, I heard stories of parents calling professors at colleges, and I was like, I would love to have someone try and reach out to me.
Call my office.
Yeah, and that would be worth getting fired over. Oh, I'm a part-time professor that just, like, does this on the side, and I'm getting a phone call from a parent of a 21-year-old or a 20-year-old. Sit back.
Yeah.
Hit the record button. but like, they've never had to do anything because their parents have done everything for them. Like, they've never experienced failure, you know, and it's shit like that. And I even experienced a little bit at the end of the school year where I work now. They told us in the fourth quarter, this was like, you know, back when Corona was just beginning. We shut down in the middle of the third quarter, so we finished out third quarter grades. So the fourth quarter was all online, and everyone was still figuring out the whole remote thing. So my school was one of these, but there was a bunch of schools across the state, and I would imagine the whole country, that said, for fourth quarter grades, because no one knew what to do, they were like, well, you can't give them any lower than they got in the third quarter.
Yeah.
So then kids found that out, that they would, like, if you got a B in third quarter, well, fourth quarter, you're not going to get anything lower than a B?
Yep, I'm done.
All right, cool, I'll see you in September.
Yep.
And that's exactly what happened.
Yep.
So, like, no one has any personal accountability anymore. Because you're just letting them fucking do whatever they want.
I will say, I know that's a specific case, and yes, the kids could still show up. So, like, the time, like, when I was in grad school, and I walk in on day one, and the professor tells me, he goes, oh, you already took the first half of this class. He goes, I'll go find your grade.
Yeah.
And I'll give it to you if you want it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do you still want me to show up? He goes, honestly, you don't have to. He goes, he goes, it might be good if you did. I still showed up, even though I didn't have to take the test or anything.
Right.
But I will say, at least with the fourth quarter grades, the schools were such a shit show.
Right.
And no one was ready for that.
Yeah.
It would have almost borderline been unfair to ask some of these kids to...
Right, because the teachers had no idea what they were
doing. And the teachers going into the year usually have their tests made, especially if they've been there for a while. Like, they already have their tests made.
Right.
Like, I actually would have been pretty pissed to find out it's like the teachers just gave out the same exact tests without being able to really teach.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I did. I taught for, what, three or 4 years. I used the same exact material every semester.
It's always the same. It's always the same shit. I mean, you make one or two tweaks, fine.
Yeah.
But you can't test the kids based on what you used to do in person and projects and group projects,
right,
and whatever. And then you have a shit show of fucking online where some of the kids are online, and some of the kids are not, and some of the kids don't have internet, and some of the kids do, and some of the kids don't have laptop. Like,
right,
fucking shit show.
Yeah, that was wild. But I mean, I don't know. It almost kind of makes me wonder how this next little generation part is going to go. But I am confident enough, or have some hope. Was that H word? Is that hope?
I don't know. I don't have such a thing.
That like some people will raise their kids the right way. And then all it is like in a world of today, like when all the people from, let's call it 15 to 25-ish, if they're all soft fucking pussies, but you have someone that was raised like we were, or someone that was raised like a little bit older than us, in that generation, well, they're gonna fucking crush it.
Yeah, they're gonna take advantage of it.
They're gonna absolutely fucking murder. And they're gonna be like the best at everything. They're gonna be like, oh, okay, cool, because they're self-motivated and they have like personal responsibility. So
they're just different. That's the thing. Is like,
right.
They're just different.
Right. So when they eventually get into the real world and start working a real job, and their boss says, "Yeah, I don't like what you did. That was wrong," they're not gonna sit there and fucking cry about it and then call their parents to call their fucking job. They're gonna be like, "Ah, damn, I fucked that up. You know what? I didn't like how that felt. I'm going to do everything I can to not fuck that up again." And then eventually, they do well.
Well, it's even like a little thing, because like athletics is one of the easiest ways to see it.
Right.
So, with a lot of my kids, if I say, "Hey, we're going to do this drill," and I explain the drill, what then happens is I probably receive about 6 questions about how to do the drill.
Well, because they're all afraid to make mistakes.
So
because they've never made them before. So it's like,
do
you want me to turn with my left leg? Am I supposed to look over there? What do I do with this hand? It's like, just fucking do it.
Yeah. There's a few things that come into play with it. It's one, they probably weren't paying attention.
Yeah.
2 is, they don't want to make mistakes. They think I'm going to yell at them for making mistakes.
Right.
Where I only really yell at them for not paying attention.
Right.
And then there's just a little bit of like, they just don't want to do it. So it's like conditioning. Conditioning, I get the most amount of questions.
Yeah.
I go, run down and back 4 times. They go, whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. What? I go, what part do I need to clarify? Like, I gotta run down, back. Like, yep. How many times? 8. Oh, I thought you said 4, so you were listening.
Right.
I go, and then that's 1. You gotta do 4 sets.
Yeah.
So it's down, back, down, back. Nope, that's not what I said. I said down, back 8 times. Oh, I thought you said 4. Again, so you were listening. And you're gonna do 8 total sets. I thought that was only 4 sets too. So you were, motherfucker, you were listening.
Yeah, why are you asking questions?
It's because they don't want to fucking do it because they're fucking lazy.
Yeah.
Whereas you get some of these kids, and I shit all over Massachusetts football. Massachusetts football is fucking dog shit.
Yes.
And I tried, and I don't do that to like demean like our football players.
But you have to like.
I do it. I
give them the truth.
I say it so that our kids realize that if you're good in Massachusetts and you want to accomplish something bigger, you need to fucking outwork everybody.
Yes.
It's not good enough just to be the best kid on your fucking team in Massachusetts.
Right.
The best kid on your team in Massachusetts might end up playing at fucking Framingham.
Yeah.
And guess what? You get to Framingham, everybody was a fucking all-conference. Everybody was all scholastic. But it's fucking Massachusetts.
And the crazy thing is it's Division 3.
That's Division 3, and it's not good Division 3.
No.
It's not tough.
So even at Division 3, you have...
Everyone was a fucking conference all-star.
Exactly.
Everyone was all scholastic in the Herald.
Yeah.
Every single one.
Right.
But even if you want to get to fucking BC or UMass, and you don't have, incredible size that they'll just say yes to no matter what,
Right.
you need to fucking outwork everybody.
Yeah.
And I try to fucking tell the kids this. And they go, no, Massachusetts football is pretty good. I go, no, it's not.
No.
It's really fucking not.
It's awful.
And they're like, well, BC is good. I go, BC is a college.
Right.
Massachusetts-born players. There's not that many.
Right.
I go, there's not that many in the NFL. Well, what do you mean? There's probably like 30. I go, 30's not a lot.
No.
And there's no way there's 30. They're like 20. I go, I doubt it.
Yeah.
I really, really doubt it.
I doubt it.
There's 10.
I was going to say there's probably 10. And one of them's a kicker.
Yeah, Hauschka.
Stephen Hauschka.
Yeah. And then the other ones you probably haven't heard of. There's not that many. Like Mo Hurst, I think, is really the only NFL player
Yeah.
from Massachusetts. The rest, there's like a couple practice squad guys, a couple depth pieces, and again, you got to be good to get there.
Right.
And I'm just like trying to explain the difference. Florida, number one, 274.
Yeah.
NFL players. 10.
Yeah. Oh, Massachusetts football is pretty good.
Yeah, tell me again how Massachusetts football is good.
Yeah. So then, theoretically, you would have to be in the top 10 in the state of Massachusetts to have a hope to make it to the NFL.
No. Because
Well, I'm just saying, like...
you would have to be the top in Massachusetts. Or you would have to be...
Like, if there's only 10 people from Massachusetts in the NFL, theoretically, those are the best 10. Now, I'm saying, like,
But that's not each year.
Sweeping with broad paint strokes here, painting with broad strokes, or however the fuck that thing goes. Because obviously everyone's different ages and different, you know what I mean? It's more complicated than
You
that.
would have to be, most likely, you would have to be the best player in Massachusetts that then also got all the cards dealt their way. Right. So like Mo Hurst played at Xaverian. Mm-hmm. Everyone knew who he was. He's huge.
Yes.
Went to Michigan. Mm-hmm. Played well at Michigan, a national team, and then got drafted by the Raiders.
Right.
Now he almost got fucked on like the heart condition shit, but there you go. Now one of his teammates is practice squad guy. Gaziano for the Chargers. He's a practice squad player. So they like that. The fact that even came up, that's incredible. That's two guys.
Two guys from the same high school team.
That means there probably won't be someone coming out for 5 years if you're talking like averages.
Right.
Ish. I mean that's obviously extreme, but
yeah.
But yeah, I try to tell these kids, it's like you guys sit here and ask me a million questions. Everything's a question. Everything's fucking off, and everyone's not doing shit. The kids in New Jersey, where they actually fucking play football, if I say run a drill, they're gone before my sentence is even done.
Right.
Like, the only things that get annoying with athletes like that is you need to pull them back a little bit.
Yeah, you have to slow them down.
It's like too much, which isn't a bad thing. Because if you say, hey, I'm going to have you run through that wall, before you finish the L in wall, they're doing it.
Right. They're already on the other side.
In Massachusetts, they're like, well, which wall?
Yeah.
And you want me to run through it? Well, I can't run through that.
Yeah.
Can I go around it? Can I go over it? Now, when I run through it, should I like lead with my head, or should I like lead with my shoulder?
Yeah.
Or should I like just throw my body into it? It's like, just run through the wall.
Yeah, just do it. Like, just do it. But that's funny too that you said like the kids are like, oh, BC's pretty good.
No,
yeah,
it's not.
Well, it's college. 1, it's college. 2, BC sucks. And 3, if you
think,
look at the roster on
they're
BC, they're all from New Jersey, Pennsylvania.
Florida. Dazio recruits out of Florida.
Yeah. So.
And then they even confuse. I go Massachusetts born. Oh, AJ Dillon. AJ Dillon was not born in Massachusetts.
No.
Like, it's less than you think.
Right.
That's like saying Michael Beasley is Massachusetts born, like the NBA player. Because he played at the fucking school in Fitchburg. The Notre Dame in Fitchburg.
Yeah.
Oh, Massachusetts player. No.
Doesn't count. I got some news here. Which one do I want to?
Would you call it breaking news?
No. I almost misspoke and called it insider information, but I need to be careful with that because it is not insider information. Because I don't need the fucking SEC coming knocking on the fucking door. It's nothing that you can't Google. So, ready for this one? Your Boston Red Sox are about to go public.
Details, because I know it's not 100%. They're not becoming the Packers.
No, but the Boston Red Sox are about to go with an IPO, which I don't know I think it's independent public option. I think that's what it stands for. So it's going on the stock market. So there is a reverse merger company. They're called SPAC, Special Acquisition Companies, called Red Ball. And
Red Balls.
Yeah, it is currently owned and operated by Billy Beane, who the Red Sox have been trying to get as their guy and fucking since probably
before
Theo.
2002.
Yeah, I think it was between Billy Beane and Theo back then, and they ended up going with Theo Epstein. But they've had, I would imagine, a close relationship for a while. They were always trying to fucking get him over here, and he's been with the A's, so anyone that's out there is like, what the fuck, baseball sucks? Yeah, Billy Beane is, he was Brad Pitt in Moneyball. There you go. That's who Billy Beane is. They made a fucking movie out of him. He changed baseball. I would say he ruined baseball, but that's my personal opinion, because now it's a nerd sport, and it takes 5 hours to play a game, but he laid the foundation for that. So he is leaving the Oakland Athletics. So this isn't finalized yet, but he's the owner and operator of Red Ball, Special Acquisition Company.
Red Balls.
And he is leaving his role at the Oakland Athletics because it would be a conflict of interest for him to be in the Oakland organization and then also own part of the Red Sox.
He also owns part of the A's.
Yes, yep, that's true too. So technically what is happening is, so we know the Red Sox are owned by Fenway Sports Group. They own Nesson, the Red Sox, Fenway Park, and Liverpool Football Club. I think they might own one other thing too. They used to own a NASCAR team, but I think
Fenway Roush Racing.
Yeah, I think they X'd that from their portfolio.
Yeah, I don't know if they own anything else. Like they might have like some shit lower level soccer team.
Yeah. So yeah, now you're gonna be able to buy stock in the Red Sox, or at least Fenway Sports Group. So it's kind of interesting that, I mean, all it is a cash grab, really. John Henry just wants money. But I heard this on the radio the other day. This could potentially create some issues because if you are a publicly traded company, you need to be 100% transparent on your books. So what was the whole thing when we were trying to figure out the MLB, like what they were going to play, they weren't going to play. They were literally not going to play until the fucking 11th hour because the owners
wouldn't open
up the books. Allegedly, they make more money than they lead on. No one knows how much money they actually do. Well, we're about to find out. So I'm wondering if they knew this was going to happen all along, and that's why they started shedding payroll this year. And now that's why they hired Hein Bloom. That's why they're trying to be a farm team like Tampa Bay was. Like, I wouldn't put it past slimy fucking John Henry to do that. And so, just so when he inevitably has to open up the books, he can say, look, see, we're just like the Tampa Bay Rays.
So, now I think a lot, because I heard Adam Jones talking about this.
Yeah.
And the way he said it, he goes, well, we're going to get one of three. He goes, there's three scenarios that I see coming out of this. One, we get to see the books. 2, Billy Bean's in the organization and he might help out. So, like he's not gonna be the GM,
Right.
but if he's like, dude, if you have him on like fucking
He's
in an office down the street,
well, he would be part owner of the team.
Of the group,
Of
not
the group, yeah, of the group, yeah.
Which actually some people were like, is there MLB would deny it, but like he's not actually gonna own the team. He's gonna be in the group.
Right. He's gonna be owner of Fenway Sports Group. So
Yeah.
he's gonna own just as much of the Red Sox as he does Fenway and Liverpool.
Yes.
And Nesson. Because it's an equal distribution owner. Like if you own 30% of Fenway Sports Group, that's 30% of its fucking portfolio.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I think he goes, which probably won't happen, but he goes, they could be prepping to sell the team, but they're definitely not going to sell the team.
Yeah.
So do you know how this works? So if they sell 25% to Red Balls,
not to be confused with Blue Balls,
how does it also go public?
because it is now a partially public traded company. So all of these like public traded companies, so like look at Tesla, for example. Tesla's on the New York Stock Exchange, publicly traded company.
Yeah.
Not all of the stock that exists is owned by the public. Only a certain percentage. They only make a certain percentage of their stock available to public.
Okay.
And the other is like owned. So like if you work for an actual company and they give you a promotion and they say your promotion, you can either take a $5,000 raise or we'll give you 150 stock options.
Yeah.
So a smart person might, well, depending on your situation and how much you actually make, you know, you could make sense that, okay, I'll take the stock option, it's 150 stocks, but those are private in that company.
Yeah.
Because they're owned within, and it could even be a different stock. And then maybe over 3 years, you get, you know, that whatever that is ends up giving you an advance of, you know, 10 grand. So 3 years later, you get an extra 10 grand in your pocket versus a $5,000 rate. You know, you have to like figure it out. But that's that stuff. So even like publicly traded companies, they're not all. It's not all 100%.
So they don't need. So they don't actually even need to. They could have went public without Billy Bean, right?
They could have, but I read something about this before. The reverse merger companies just make it really easy.
Yeah, I was just saying. I guess I just don't get how it works. Which
because it's like a whole process to like make your shit public. But if you are acquired by one of the reverse merger companies, like a special acquisition, then it streamlines the process somewhat. Like it's still
it's almost like it's like paying to have your house cleaned. Sure, you can do it.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be easier if Juanita did it?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, the Fenway Sports. And in interest of full disclosure, I do own stock in Red Ball now.
Red Balls.
I think legally I have to say that. Not that we have any lawyers that listen to this or the fucking SEC pays attention to this, but
Bird law, dude.
I do think if you talk about stock in a public forum, you have to admit that you do own or not.
I do not own anything in Red Balls.
Yeah, I bought a few shares the other day. It's only trading at like 10 and change right now.
Couple schmeckles on Red Balls.
Yeah, so it's inevitably gonna go up. So there's that.
Is that an official stock market pick?
Potentially, yeah.
Look at that, free pick, everyone.
Yeah, free picks. You don't even have to buy them. Get into Red Balls.
And I guess if they're free, they don't have to be right.
Yeah, no, that's true. That is very true. I've hit some good stocks so far.
Yeah, the gambling ones. Actually, anything related to being a degenerate has worked out pretty well for you.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I hit on Penn, DraftKings.
The casinos.
Yep. And CRISPR.
You've been talking about that.
I've been talking about that for years.
If anyone's been listening, you've been fucking talking about that.
Yeah, it hit $100 the other day.
Buy my picks.
Yeah. Playing the long game. So we also have, this is going to make you feel awesome.
Sick.
We have a bill that has been introduced into the Massachusetts, I don't know, Senate, Congress, Massachusetts State Congress. Do you know what the bill's about? That everyone is talking about, everyone's really excited for?
Probably not about sports betting.
Nope. It is about staying in daylight savings year round. They helped push this. They helped push this bill through this summer, so there could be a vote, so we could decide before November 9th, whenever we turn the clocks back. We're really trying hard. We gotta get this bill through, because we gotta get this done before daylight savings, because we need to stay in daylight savings all year round in Massachusetts. Which, admittedly, I will say, it would be nice to not have the fucking sun go down at 3:30 in the afternoon.
It would be nice.
In the middle of December when it's already cold. But
I'm a fan of this.
that is the bill, to remain in daylight savings all year round. So we would abolish whatever the fuck we did before. We would just stay in this time. So in the middle of December, the sun goes down at like 5 instead of 4.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, I'm good with that
And
too.
I don't give a fuck about the morning. Mornings suck.
I don't care. Mornings can stay dark. I don't give a shit. Whatever. I'm up. I'm awake.
No, mornings suck. Like that's the thing. It's like, oh well, it's gonna be dark when you wake up. Yeah. How fucking light is it when you wake up? Honestly.
Yeah.
How fucking light is it when you wake up?
Right.
It ain't fucking light when I wake up.
Nope. Not when I go to work.
And it's just as hard
When
to
I
fucking.
actually go to work.
It's fucking hard to get up too. Also, if you're the type of person that complains about it being fucking dark when you wake up, then I guess you fucking have problems waking up as is. So what the fuck do you really care?
Right. So that is the Massachusetts State Congress is scrambling right now to get a vote in on this. They're really trying hard. We got to get this vote on daylight savings in, and we got to stay in, because they said especially in coronavirus times.
I don't get that part. What the fuck does that mean?
We need to think about people's mental health.
Oh, now we care about mental health.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, cool. Now we care about mental health. And full disclosure, like you're a fucking stock owner, I'm a fucking definite stock owner in fucking fuck daylight, or getting out of daylight, whatever the fuck, changing the fucking clocks.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that shit.
Yep.
I hate when it gets fucking dark at 3:45 in the afternoon.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck what happens in the morning. It's not that fucking important. Why the fuck do we change the fucking clocks?
So you know what? It all started because we used to be like farmers.
No, it started with the Ottoman Empire. We went over this.
Oh yeah, that's
war.
right. Yeah.
It started because of war.
Yeah, I remember that. We did
Yeah.
a whole thing on it. I think we had a title. It was called "Fuck Daylight Savings Time." That might have been
Probably.
like episode like 42.
I fucking hate daylight saving, so I'm good with that. I'm good. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
But what the fuck? Especially during Corona times. What the fuck does that mean?
It's just an excuse.
Like, do people actually do people read that and go, oh, well, especially during Corona times, and go, ah, yes, you are correct, or do they look at it and go, huh?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that tagline?
Yeah. I couldn't tell you.
Although again, I'm good with that. So if you
Yeah.
so whatever kind of fucking fear mongering or retardation you want to use to fucking pass that, I'm good.
Yeah.
Can we sneak a sports betting bill?
That's where I was going with this too. Eventually, is that we're pushing real hard to get fucking the time change or the time not change, whatever it is. Whatever we're fucking daylight savings time.
Yep.
But we
can't have sports betting.
We can't have sports betting still.
So we're gonna hear all about the budget and all about how much money the state didn't bring in and all about this. But you know what?
You know what would help that a lot?
Sunlight at 5:00. You know how much money that's worth?
It's invaluable. You can't even put a price on that.
No,
we gotta think about people's mental health.
For as good as I am with that, there's no fucking reason this state should not have sports betting.
Every state around, most states around us.
Too.
Is it New York? New York doesn't have it? Oh.
New Jersey does.
Oh, okay.
It's Jersey, New Hampshire.
Right, so we're sandwiched between Rhode Island and New Hampshire.
Because I think Maine passed it and then didn't pass it.
Yeah, like they passed sports betting, but then they didn't pass
sports betting,
like an ordinance to like
to
actually allow it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's one of those weird things
like
where
archaic things.
It's legal, but you can't do anything with it yet.
Was that like weed here for a while?
Yeah,
It was legal, but like you couldn't sell it, buy it.
Yeah,
hold it.
Yep. Because that was the thing. When they voted to legalize recreational marijuana, it was legal, but you couldn't buy it in a, what was that, the 2016 election? You couldn't buy it in a store until 2018.
Yeah.
So, like, if you had it in 2017, it was legal, but you couldn't purchase it until the following year.
Yeah.
It was something fucking stupid like that. I think that's what they did with sports betting in Maine.
But, yeah, I mean, I still don't understand this state's apprehension to get anything done with that.
No. It would bring in so much fucking money.
And that, like, it's free. It's fucking, we're all doing it anyway.
Hey, how about this tagline? Especially during Corona time.
Especially during Corona. See, that makes sense to me.
When people aren't doing anything and all people want to do is watch the sports that were finally on. What was New Jersey? They had their biggest month ever. Something like that. During, was it August? I thought I heard that the amount of money that came in through sports betting in one of these months, like once sports came back, or like maybe it wasn't a month, maybe it was like a 30-day period or something, so it was maybe like mid-August to like mid-September.
Yeah, I don't know if I saw that.
It was fucking astronomical, like the amount of money that came in.
New Jersey does better than Vegas, I think.
Yeah, they did for a while last year.
I think I think on sports betting, I think they still do.
Yeah.
There's just more people.
There's more people because they have New York right there.
Yeah.
People just drive over the border.
Yes.
Yeah. Like we always joked about doing. Drive over the border, pull over on the side of the road, and then hit the app because it's fucking GPS located.
I still fucking might.
Yeah. Yeah, or we can go to mybookie.com.
Are we doing that?
Yeah, maybe soon.
Jesus Christ. Hey, you know what? Why don't you wait?
Yeah, see, this is the thing. If I don't do it immediately, it's not going to get done.
So now you said it on the air.
Yeah. Yeah.
You should probably wait, though. I would wait.
As foreshadowing something.
I would wait.
Could
So did you think I was going to yell and scream about sports betting on that?
I was hoping so, yeah.
I've just
you're like a beaten down man now.
I've just given up. I mean,
you're like me with the mask thing.
The people
in like May or June.
No, it's just the people in this state are retarded. They're fucking pussies about everything, and they won't get anything done.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know. I cannot see why, especially during Corona times.
Yeah.
Why an extra $500 million? No, $500,000. Is it $500 million? Fuck. Now I don't remember how much money is projected to come in.
$500 million a year?
500 million. That sounds like a lot. That sounds excessively a lot.
Maybe it's 50 million a year? Because you figure.
I don't know.
You think, like, what did New Jersey do? They did 12 million in a month to do more than Vegas.
Wow. That's a lot of money.
So you figure Massachusetts does like half of that. So you do 6 million in a month. That's 72 million in a year. So maybe somewhere between 70 and 100 million dollars a year.
I forget. I did see
in
it.
Gambling revenue.
It can't.
Yeah, we don't need that though. Yeah, we don't need, even if it's 50 million. Yeah, we don't need 50 million. No, we don't need that.
Well, our budget got killed by $6 billion.
Yeah.
Via Coronas.
Yep.
And yeah, let's not add the thing that's free money.
Yeah. Yeah, let's not add $50 million to that.
I think it's more than that, dude. I think it might be. Fuck. I'm not gonna be able to fucking figure it out.
Yeah. Well, also speaking of Coronas, there's this whole fucking article. I'm just gonna read the headline because that's what most people do anyway. Came out from the National Review. I have no idea what the National Review is, which way they lean. Judging by the title, I would assume they probably lean right. But check this out. Stats hold a surprise. Lockdowns may have had little effect on the COVID-19 spread.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we fucking go.
So I read this the other day. I kind of like skimmed it. Essentially what they're saying is they ran the statistics of positive tests on each state across a timeline, and they had some states had different regulations, whatever, and they like drew a line of like, this is the point when regulations were put in place, whether it's like a mandated mask like Massachusetts or the 2-week shelter in place, you know what I mean, like shit like that. Like they drew the line and they did it for every state, and every state looks relatively the same. There's obviously some differences there, but in the gist of the whole article is, now again, we're going into statistics now, so we're talking about like standard deviations and like statistics and statistically significant difference. There was no statistically significant difference between the states that put things in place and the ones that didn't. So obviously, like, the absolute numbers are higher, but like people that use absolute numbers are fucking idiots most of the time because everything is relative.
Yeah.
So like you'd be like, well, Massachusetts and New York has fucking millions of people that tested positive, and Wyoming only had 32. So therefore, my Wyoming did it right.
Yeah,
well,
because there's only 60 people.
Yeah, exactly. There's only 75 people that live in Wyoming, so the 32 is the same percentage relatively to Massachusetts. Wyoming had 0 regulations. The entire state didn't skip a fucking beat this entire time, and they had relatively the same infection rate as Massachusetts and New York. That went major fucking lockdown.
I have a couple thoughts on all of this shit because I don't want to get into like because I know anyone that's listening that's like super corona is gonna be like but the spread, and it's like anyone that's super anti-corona is gonna be like, huh, told you.
Yeah.
And it's like there's no meeting, like there's no convincing otherwise. But I would like to share 2 thoughts. One is another just glorious win for testing in general.
Yeah.
So, someone I know who has a kid goes to daycare.
Mm-hmm.
And Miss Daycare Lady runs it out of her house.
Yes.
I don't know how many kids, I don't know what ages, whatever. Miss Daycare Lady has 3 kids of her own.
Mm-hmm.
They're in school, they go to school, whatever. One of the sons was exposed on his hockey team. So all 4 of them went to go get tested together.
Right.
They've all been living in the same house.
Right.
And they got the test about a week after the exposure.
Mm-hmm.
The kid who was exposed to the hockey player,
mm-hmm.
asymptomatic, tested positive.
Okay.
Miss Daycare Lady and her 2 other kids, all of which live in the same house,
yes,
they all tested negative. How transferable is this thing?
Right.
How transmittable is this thing?
Like, do I have to spit in someone's mouth?
Dude, I don't know. I mean, like I don't know how many people are snowballing out there to fucking transmit this thing. Like,
yeah, like I would imagine you don't wear the mask inside your house.
They weren't wearing masks. They weren't social distancing. They were just living their fucking life in the house.
Right.
Like the kid didn't move to isolation. He was asymptomatic.
Yeah. So the guy that has the kid, did the kid test positive?
As far as I know, probably not, because the kid who I know is only 2 years old, and I don't think they do corona tests on 2-year-olds.
Correct. Yeah, that's probably pretty accurate.
But so the other thing too, now some people are probably listening and going, yes, another win. But some people might be going, well, there's still an exposure there. Incorrect. Despite this kid living in the house, there was no exposure to a positive case. So the 2-year-old theoretically wouldn't be subject to testing because she was not in close contact with a positive case. Right. And again, the corona doesn't live in the house. It's not a vampire. They invited it in. It's not leaving.
The corona lives in the person.
It lives in the person. So without that exposure...
Yeah. That was that whole... Did we talk about that on air? About the whole, like, everyone... Like, with the Tennessee Titans. They were like, well, the Titans shut down their facility. Like, I don't understand why people are still testing positive. Well, because they're all still getting together to practice and work out.
The fucking corona is sitting
in
there
different
drinking
facilities.
beer on the fucking watching TV.
The corona doesn't live in the Titans facility.
The corona's
it
watching
lives
film.
in the players that have the corona.
It's in the equipment room cleaning all the stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So that's like what you were saying. The corona doesn't live in that lady's house, Miss Daycare Lady.
Nope.
It lives in the son that
wasn't there. He was going to school and shit.
That was on the hockey team.
Yeah. And then the best part, the school system for those other 2 kids that tested negative.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool if you come back. You guys tested negative. You're good.
But you should probably still quarantine.
No, they just said no.
Yeah,
You can
no,
come back. You
yeah.
can come back tomorrow.
No, but that's like the doctors.
Yeah.
You go to a doctor for a corona test. You get a negative test. It's negative, but you should probably still quarantine. Well, what the fuck?
Yeah. Why did I take the test? Why are we testing?
Right. Why are we testing then?
So then my second thought is I was talking to a guy. His son goes to Penn State. His daughter went to Arizona. She might still be living out there. She might not. I truthfully couldn't fucking tell you.
Yeah.
Son test positive. And he had 2 days of a fever and body aches. And then after that, he was good to go, but no sense of taste, no sense of smell. Those are symptoms. So that's symptomatic. He has it, whatever.
Right.
His daughter got mono.
Huh.
And I actually joked to him. I go, dude, I actually feel more bad for your daughter. He goes, yeah, actually, it sounds way more miserable to have mono.
Yeah.
He goes, she's been sick for 3 weeks, and never mind that you have to like basically live in a bubble because your spleen might explode.
Right.
And I go, yeah. And I would actually argue that mono is worse than coronavirus.
Absolutely.
Because it's a much...
Mono probably has a higher death rate.
I don't even care about death rates because I don't want to get into that. That's fucking whatever. I just look at it like, if I have mono, I know it.
Right.
And I'm going to feel very fucking terrible.
For a very long time.
For a very long time.
Yeah.
And I need to be careful after that too.
Right.
Not that I'm going out and like, body slamming anything.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, you fall the wrong way and you're going to fucking...
That's a girl we went to high school with died.
Yeah, your spleen's going to go.
Freshman in high school, she was a cheerleader. And she had mono, didn't know it. Or thought she was recovered, whatever. She went up in the air, came down, they caught her. And when they caught her, she landed on her side, ruptured her spleen, died. Right in the fucking gymnastics place.
Yep.
Like, mono is no joke.
Yep. But I didn't think of it like that because the way I've been thinking of it usually is like, oh fuck, anyone who gets the cold isn't gonna know the difference.
Right.
But I didn't even think of something like, because mono happens, people get mono.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I'd rather get the other one.
Yeah, same. Me too.
Outside of having to wear the fucking red A on my fucking shirt.
Right? Like, would you rather be kind of sick for 3 days and then get over it, or would you be like, feel like shit for like 4 to 6 weeks and then still have to be monitored for another 6 weeks after that?
Yeah. But
yeah, give me corona.
But no one freaks out about mono.
Nope.
They've accepted it as part of what happens.
Yeah.
And it makes me fucking mad.
Well, that's because it was around before social media.
Yeah, it was around for too long.
It wasn't founded during an election year.
Well, it's like, again, it's back to like Oregon Trail. It's like, you died of dysentery. Like,
yeah.
Oh fuck. Mello died of dysentery. All right, well,
yeah,
that happens.
Forge. Hunt. Your wagon lost a wheel crossing the river. What do you want to do?
Chance it.
Hunt.
I'm just like, it's just, man, it's because the way he said it, people then responded to him. It's like, oh my god, how's your son doing? He goes, my son's fine. My daughter's fucked up.
Yeah.
She's real fucked up.
Right. And she's gonna be for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like the people's priorities are so out of fucking.
It's craziness, man.
Yeah.
It is just craziness. Because even like, again, you don't want to look at Twitter comments, but Twitter comments like, oh my god, the spread. Well, how did it spread in that house of Miss Daycare Lady?
Yeah.
Did it spread good?
Yeah.
Is that everything we've heard?
Right.
Close contacts.
Yep.
All that, living in the same goddamn house.
Yep.
I think it was a false. I keep saying it. I think that was a fake positive. It's not fake. It actually exists.
Yeah.
I think it was a false positive.
Could have been that too. Yeah. Or it could be the truth that we're seeing more. Like
it doesn't transmit as easy as people think.
Well, no. We said when the last episode with Dr. Paul Sachs that was on Felger and Maz, who said if you're asymptomatic, you're not contagious.
Yeah.
Well, if he was asymptomatic and no one else in the house, again, here we are. It's all fucking anecdotal. I know. Don't fucking crucify me here. But at some point, your anecdotal evidence has to be considered as like at least quasi legit.
Well, there can't be any scientific research. This thing hasn't been around that long enough.
Exactly. It's like, yeah, man, we know it. Like, we've experienced it enough.
Yep.
So it's probably true.
Yep.
We can't say it's definitely true, but you know, it's probably true.
Yep. Sick narrative though. I wish I could fucking convince people of this stuff. Because again, I question everything. I don't trust anybody, anything, nothing.
Same.
That if that's a character flaw, that's fine. But I have plenty of them. But I look at it and I go, well, if you can be asymptomatic, have nothing, and if you're asymptomatic and you can't transmit it,
yeah,
and the only way for you to find out if you have it is a test, then the testing sucks. That's how I look at it. How do you have a virus that doesn't do anything to you?
Right.
And someone probably could answer that.
Yeah.
Like, how do you have a virus that does nothing to you? It's like, am I superior? I know I'm not.
Right.
Superior or inferior, but that's where I start to struggle with. I don't know if these tests are right. Just don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but we got to keep relying on them, right?
Yeah, and don't forget to quarantine. Regardless.
Actually, no, you don't.
Yeah.
Unless you do.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's start wrapping this up.
Yeah.
All right.
So I saw a tweet from Alan Cosgrove, who owns Results Fitness in definitely LA County. I don't know if it's like downtown LA or what, but it's LA County in California.
Yeah.
And he tweeted out that if COVID-19 just went away today, no cases, no hospitalizations, no deaths, the first day that he could reopen his facility would be Christmas Eve at 50% capacity. And then the first day that he could return to full capacity is never in LA County.
Yeah. LA really fucking botched. California as an entire state. We've been railing on them for the last like 2 months, but they've really fucking botched all of this.
I'm struggling to think about how this is possible. How is it?
This is virtue signaling at its highest and most detrimental level. This is the governor of that state saying, I need to look good in the media and to all my quote unquote base and my supporters and people on the left. Like, I'm going to do everything I can to kowtow to my supporters and not thinking about the actual ramifications of that. Because he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck about the actual ramifications of his actions or the actions of the state. And anyone that wants to argue that, I'm just going to call you a fucking idiot. Because look at the state. Look at what's happening in California. If he actually cared about the economic health of that state, he would have done things differently. So, I mean...
What's the thing? It's like, so this is one of the first... like really like long-term successful fitness businesses like Alan Cosgrove, Rachel Cosgrove. They've been
around forever.
They do education. They
very nice people.
They teach. They release stuff. They have coaching groups. They have mentorships. Like they have all this stuff. His gym does like 7 figures. Yeah. And his gym doesn't do 7 figures by charging this fucking retarded ass prices. It's like it's like $300 a month, which for LA County really isn't that expensive. No. For the group training.
Yeah.
And now he's talking about leaving the business. Like, one of the most successful people in the industry, in just like in terms of fitness, and actually you could probably even say like in terms of influential to the industry, like education wise, future coaches, is about to leave the industry because of the governor's agenda. Yep. California sucks.
California is probably the worst fucking state.
I used to think, so I never wanted to live there, but I used to think it would be like, oh, well, it would be nice to go to San Diego. Like, there might be some cool places to go to.
At this point, why?
I may only go to Pebble Beach.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. At this point, why? Why go to California? Nothing's open.
The World Golf Fitness Summit got postponed to next year. It won't be there.
We rail about how shitty Massachusetts has been, and we bitch about Governor Baker and all this. At least places are open in Massachusetts. Nothing is open still in California.
Well, that's the thing. We're at 50% capacity.
Yeah.
And we've been at 50% capacity for a week now, which would be 2.5 months before they could be at 50% capacity, but they would need 0 cases.
It's absolutely insane.
Like, what the fuck? And the kids always ask, like, it's like, oh, Bob, where are you gonna go? Like, where are you gonna go to school to like play your golf? Like, well, I don't know. It's gonna be somewhere nice.
Yeah.
Whatever. Oh, California. I'll never go to fucking California. That I am good with that state.
Yeah.
Between the shit of fucking San Francisco, the fucking everything that's going on right now with LA County, and never mind the shit before that used to piss people off, like the smog, the traffic, overpopulation, fucking all this happy bullshit, 6-hour flight, jet lag and shit. Like,
Yeah.
which isn't their fault, but
No.
now it is.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, you gotta be kidding me, man.
Yeah, that's tough. I didn't know that.
Well, he just tweeted it out today, and I knew it was gonna be an uphill battle for them.
Yeah. It's not like I actually talked to him a few years ago when I was at the Perform Better Summit. You know, they have the social on the first night when everyone just gets shit-faced. Like, I actually talked to him for like 10, 15 minutes in like a group. He's a super nice guy. Like, very, very nice guy.
Yeah. Knowledgeable, helpful, like...
Yeah.
And I would like to think that he can still do like his mentorship stuff. He can still do all that.
Yeah.
Does it delegitimize him that he doesn't have a gym anymore because his state fucking sucks?
No, and luckily for him,
I think he has enough of a name.
his name is enough to carry him.
He's probably gonna have to fucking move though.
Yeah. Like, everyone in the anyone who's not a complete fucking dumbass that's in the fitness industry, if you say Alan Cosgrove, like, you know what that is.
Yeah, generally.
Yeah. So, that's tough. That sucks. Fucking California blows.
I don't know what the fuck they're doing out there.
Yeah. They're ruining the state. So, my final thought is, I watched a movie the other day. And it was called Hubie Halloween.
I watched that.
It was pretty fucking good.
You like that?
I liked it because it was kind of dumb, but also I thought it had very tasteful nostalgia. Like, having Steve, like, so for anyone who's listening that hasn't seen it or watching, it's an Adam Sandler movie. And at this point in Adam Sandler's career, well, also I would say probably for the last 5 or 6 years, in Adam Sandler's career, the way he makes movies is he only casts his friends. He does whatever he wants to do, which is honestly a great way to think about it, because if you're on these movie sets for like 2 to 3 months at a time, filming, like, why wouldn't you want to just be with your friends? Like, why would you want to be on set with someone who's a fucking dickhead? So, hats off to Adam Sandler. He's really fucking doing it well. He's a great guy, like, in real life. I've heard a lot of really good things about him. He's cool, down to earth, all that shit, whatever. So Adam Sandler puts out this movie, Hubie Halloween. It's all about Halloween, and he's essentially playing the water boy, grown up in a Halloween town type of place. But there's a spoiler alerts awaiting here. But like, they have certain like nostalgia callbacks to like different things and all the different movies that he's had. Like, Steve Buscemi is in it. Steve Buscemi was in Mr. Deeds. He was the crazy guy like that.
Well, he was also in he was in Billy Madison too. He was
Yeah.
the guy who shot he has the hit list.
Yeah.
I think he shoots Eric.
I'm trying to think
Eric's
of
pregnant.
his mom is the Mista lady. Like, the movie opens up with Ben Stiller, like, in like looking as if he was in fucking Happy Gilmore.
The love interest was from Happy Gilmore too.
Yeah. So,
I forget her name.
Yeah, what was it? Was it not Veronica Vaughn? That was
that was
Madison. That Billy Madison. But like, I liked it for those aspects. Like, I thought it was funny. Like, they had like the tasteful nostalgia. It was like not in your face, but it was like, oh shit, like, that's the guy from that movie. It's, oh shit, he was in that one. Oh man, that's Kevin James is in it. They're like best friends.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoyed it. Now, movie quality wise, like it's not going to win a fucking Oscar or anything. But if you're looking to kill an hour and a half, and the other thing too is we've talked about it before, the death of the 90-minute comedy. Like those don't exist anymore. Like no one makes those movies. Luckily, Adam Sandler has legitimate fuck you money, and he can make a 90-minute comedy, and he's like, all right, cool, I'm not making a fuck ton of money from China because they don't give a shit about this. I don't care. I have all the money in the fucking world. And I made a movie with my best friends for 3 months hanging out while we shot it. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good.
His character annoyed me, and that was my main problem.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was essentially the water boy.
Yeah, but not really. Like, that's the thing is, like, I didn't get... So, now that you say it, I can see it, but I didn't get that off first.
Yeah.
At first.
Yeah. I think the radio... So, also this one, it was, like, super subtle, too. I think the voice on the radio, when he was riding his bike in the opening scene, I think that was Kathy Bates. I think that was her voice. That's what it sounded like.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, there were definitely some callbacks in the movie.
Yeah.
In some of the blue... I'm trying to think. There was one that I fucking caught right away. And I can't... I have no idea what it was. But then in the bloopers, like, he catches the dodgeball and goes, oh, now you're all in big trouble. And
Yeah.
it's like, So, I just didn't get all of that. And then that's like, I didn't know if, like, Kevin James was supposed to be Paul Blart. Like...
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Like, I didn't get that right off the bat. I didn't know if he was supposed to be or not.
Yeah.
I did... So I just found Adam Sandler's character annoying.
Yeah.
That was the only thing.
His actual daughters were in it, too. Like, the two...
Oh, the... Yeah.
The two girls
the younger siblings of
that kid. Of the boy.
Yeah.
Of the boy from Stranger Things.
That was one of the kids from Stranger Things?
That was Will Byers.
Didn't pick it up.
From Stranger Things. I mean, he's like in high school now. He looks like an actual like teenager.
An actual person?
Yeah. But yeah, the Tin Man kid.
Yep.
That's Will Byers from Stranger Things. Also, I mean, Will is kind of a minor-ish character in that show because he was Doug from The Hangover in the first season.
Yes, where he's essential to the
Yeah.
plot but does nothing.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that was him from Stranger Things. So yeah, his two younger sisters were Adam Sandler's actual daughters in real life. So I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. Like I said, I enjoyed it.
I thought it was okay.
Like cinematic quality again. It's whatever. Like it's not going to win any awards, but if you're looking to kill an hour and a half,
yeah,
get a couple laughs.
Yeah, it's 90 minutes. Like you're not gonna get. It's not like you're gonna sit there and be like, I want my 90 minutes back. It's like, no, You're not that important. Don't worry.
Right.
But yeah, I don't think I would willingly watch it again.
Yeah. I don't know. It would be one of those things where like if I'm flipping through the channels on the TV and it's on, I'd keep it on.
Or it's like,
but I'm not gonna go out and be like, you know what movie I want to watch tonight? Hubie Halloween.
Yeah, it's like if you were here and you said, fuck it, I'll put it on. And it's like I'm not gonna sit here and throw a tantrum, but
right.
It's like I wouldn't actively say like, you know what I need to watch? That.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it, but
yeah.
I was really annoyed by Adam Sandler's character. That was the only thing. It's just I found him very irritating.
Yeah.
Or like I don't know, or like the forcing the fact that everybody hates him, and it's like, why the fuck would like a bunch of 8-year-olds or 12-year-olds on bikes like consistently just like always be throwing shit at him? I just don't get that.
Yeah. Yeah, like there was
Seems
some weird
forced.
stuff. Yeah.
That was my only thing. It was like it's not hard to make it obvious that this is gonna be like the lovable character that everyone in the movie hates.
Right.
For no reason.
Yeah.
But it did seem like forced.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit satirical in that aspect because
then maybe I'm not smart enough to really appreciate this movie.
Because everybody in the town hated him, but like anytime the blonde woman talked about him, like, oh, he's such a nice. Like I think it was a little bit of what was that movie? Not Another Teen Movie. Like you know how that was like over the top like satire. Like I think this movie had a little bit of satire in there because everyone in town hated him so much. but then this one girl was
Yeah,
like,
she was obviously infatuated with him.
yeah, but he had no idea. You know, it's like
Yeah.
Sandler had no idea. So it's like I think it was a little bit tongue in cheek through the movie.
You know, okay. So maybe I'm not smart enough to really appreciate the movie then, because if it was that satirical and I didn't pick up on it, then you know obviously that's on me.
Yeah, I mean, they could have done a little bit better of a job, but I mean,
Then it would have turned into not another teen movie.
Yeah, no, that's true too.
I'm appalled that no one has ever taken a dump on your chest.
Yeah. So I think, like I said, I think it had elements of that in it.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Because that's what I mean is like it seemed a little forced, but maybe that was intentional.
Yeah. I think it was.
Because then even like with the blonde woman, I don't even know her name.
I don't either.
It was like she was like
The wife
over
from
the
Modern
top,
Family.
like so over the toply obvious that they were gonna like do their thing.
Yeah.
But like, it's like, oh, we never did before, but now we're here. It's like,
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I saw that come from a mile away. It's like, oh, maybe that was the point.
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay, so I'm just too stupid to appreciate it.
I'll go with that. Yeah.
Because it is like seriously, like because it is completely like way over the top with some of it.
Yeah, some of it is.
Which I didn't like, but I guess I just missed the boat.
Yeah, like I think it almost had little bits of like every dumb movie in the past too. Like Steve Buscemi being a werewolf was like way over the top.
Him and Rob Schneider though.
Oh yeah, that was great.
They were good.
They were great. But yeah, so.
But it took, and I know you can't, obviously because then they
got me. They got me on that on Rob Schneider. I thought it was going to be David Spade because Adam Sandler and David Spade are good friends too.
Yeah, but Rob Schneider's been there from the very beginning.
Yeah, that you're right. But like because you could see the blonde hair under the pig mask, and I was like, oh, it's David Spade. It's got to be David Spade. And then he pulls it off, and it's Rob Schneider with blonde hair. Yep. It's like, okay, you guys got me. But I think a little bit of that might have been Adam Sandler, like tongue in cheek too. Like everyone thinks this is going to be Spade.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna put Rob Schneider in there because they're all really good friends, and that's the cool part about it, especially in like today's Hollywood. Like you don't see like there's no groups, like people don't hang out. You know what I mean? Like,
you know what? And I know like obviously like it is what it is, but it really sucks that some of like the Grandma's Boy crew wasn't there.
Yeah.
Like Dante and...
Yeah. The guy with the weird eye.
Yeah. Like imagine if they were like if one of them was the mayor. Like that would have been awesome.
That would have been great. Yeah, the guy with the crazy eye is the mayor. So yeah, that was that. Like I said, I enjoyed it. So that's gonna do it for us, folks. So thank you for watching. If you're on YouTube, if you're still watching, hit the fucking thumbs up button. Hammer the like button. It helps more people see the show. So definitely subscribe while you're on YouTube too, and hit the like button. And tell everybody you know about the show. And wherever you're listening, subscribe there too. Leave us a review on iTunes because reviews help the visibility of the show too, and the rankings and all that fun shit. And you can find us on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. We're on Twitter at Sarcasm_Speaks. And Facebook page is just Sarcasm Speaks. If you guys want in still on the NFL Weekly Pick'em, reach out to us on any one of those social medias. Shoot us a text, whatever you want. We'll get you the info to get signed up. We had 17 people last week. It was our biggest one so far this year. The winner won $85. Again, so shout out to Mike for winning that pool the other day. And this week is live right now, I believe.
Yep.
So if you are listening and you're in it, let us know, and we'll get you the link. If I haven't already, I'm going to try and get those out today anyway. So, yeah, until next time.